If you don't enjoy your life, if you don't live with excitement every single day, if you feel like your life is completely missing the point, this video is for you. My name is Aristotle Daskal and I help people fulfill their destiny. I asked my son, Seth, what video do you think I should make about today? And he said, well, do a video about following your purpose. I mean, I don't know why he said that. Maybe because he heard me a lot talking about purpose and passion. But this is a new journey that I'm going to be talking to you about. It's about me following my purpose. And I hope that this is going to inspire you to follow your purpose and your passion in life so that you can have the best life that you would enjoy every single day and feel like you're fulfilling your purpose and your destiny. I grew up in a poor family, like I mentioned that in other videos, and there was just one thing that has been my North Star while I was going through school and there planning my career. It was to get a job that is going to give me good money. I never even thought about having a business because no one in my family had a business. It was just about jobs. And then software was the new thing in 90s when I was in my early school years, and that's where I try to pursue. And I got there and I did high school even related to software, and then I went to college, to university. I never enjoyed it, to be honest. I never enjoyed programming or whatever. So I got a job right away in project management, though. Well, no, I got a job in software, but right away I tried to get into more managing kind of tasks. So I started working pretty soon then in software project management. And I've been working in software project management for many years. And many years I've been in the beginning as an employee. And whether it was an agency or it was a big software company developing a product like Hootsuite, I've worked in software as an employee for many years. And the shift that made me switch to following my purpose was at one point when I was working at Hootsuite, and I was a platform manager. Was a really good position for a company that everybody loved, had a lot of funding, was a $1 billion valuation. And while I was there at Hootsuite, is when I found out that my second daughter, was going to be born and she's going to have Down syndrome, autism. She's going to have Down syndrome, a hole in her heart later on. We found out she has autism, and then she's going to need surgery. And that was the point when I had to continue working, and I started working from the hospital for a while, started systemizing everything that I was doing. And while I was systemizing, I realized that I was basically working 1 hour a day and I was getting work done like when I was doing like 8 hours a day in my job. And then I suddenly remember that, oh my God, this is what I loved. This is what I've loved always the most about project management. The fact that I can systemize and I can create processes and I can automate so many things. And I don't have to be hands-on on everything all the time. And this gives freedom to my team as well. In that moment, I listened to my heart. And I think that that was a key moment for me. And that is going to be for you as well, when you're going to just listen to your heart and you're going to just pay attention to what do you truly enjoy. And it happens pretty often that listening to your heart happens in the middle of the crisis. So the best time to listen to your heart may be in the middle of a crisis, because it's when life hits you in your back and says, you're just not listening. And then it shakes you up a little bit and it makes you look and it makes you feel. And then you may realize that it's trying to tell you something so important that it had to induce a lot of pain for you to even listen and pay attention. So in the middle of this boring job for me, where I was not using definitely not much of my skills, and in the middle of the problem that I've had, I've been able to hear this calling. Now I came back to the job and I really felt like there's nothing for me there anymore. And this is what happens once you start to discover who you truly are and what are the best things in you and and what makes you tick and what is special about you. You're gonna see the world through different lens. Enjoy that. Stay with that. And what happened is that everything around me became a playground for me to improve and to systemize and to streamline and to make everything more efficient, up to the point where I noticed that I'm just being stuck and there's nothing else for me there to improve and to systemize. And you're going to notice that probably too in your life when you're trying to apply what you truly love and what you're starting to enjoy, and in the context where you are, it just can't do it anymore. You can torment your soul staying there, or you can simply continue to follow your heart. And what happened to me was that I received a phone call from a friend of mine that we used to work together in one of the previous agencies, and he used to be a director there. And he called me and he said, "Listen, there's this business that I'm taking over as an interim CEO. We need to do a lot of cleanup. We've got these investors in, and I thought about you, that you know how to clean up, how to streamline, how to create processes, how to systemize, and we really need you to come in here and to help me clean up. And you're going to take over on the operational part. I'm going to continue on the marketing and sales and CEO stuff." And there was the point where I started weighing the situation, and I said, I could continue to stay here because it's just comfy from the perspective of finances, because it's a stable job, it's company that everybody loves to be in, but I didn't really enjoy it. And I realized that I'm staying out of fear. I'm not being all that I can be, which, look, this is a new opportunity that seems to offer me exactly what I enjoy the most. So I was courageous in that moment, and I chose to not go with fear and to go with enjoyment and to go with my passion. And I went into this new company, and oh my God, we did such a beautiful transformation. Like in 6 months, we doubled the revenue of the company. We cut in half the costs. We just simply did our best. And we created a product so amazing and a profitable business. And I was so, so happy. And it was just because I had the courage to say yes. And here's the thing, you don't have to make huge shifts. You don't have to go and search for things and go in the mountains and stay alone for 3 months or whatever. You just have to listen to your heart a little bit at a time, because your heart, your higher self, is going to guide you to the next steps to the extent of how connected you can be in that moment with your soul. If you listen just a little bit, it's going to give you a little bit of guidance. If you listen to it more, it's going to give you more guidance. But no matter how small you're willing to listen, it will guide you. So take that little step. And if you take the step, you will have confirmed to yourself that, oh my God, there's real guidance in here. And then you're going to listen a little bit more, and then you're going to take a bigger step. And this is how it goes. There's nothing to be frustrated of. There's nothing to be impatient of. It's so beautiful and logical. Just follow your heart and your intuition as much as you can. But take action for that little thing as much as you can. Now, what happened is that after a year and a half there, the business didn't need us anymore. It was profitable. We knew that at a point we're going to finish our job and that's it. And I knew from the beginning that, and I wasn't worried, because I some kind of felt, and I said, even if I'm going to work there for 6 months, but really enjoy what I'm going to be doing, I can always get a crappy job. You know, the project ended for us, and then I had nothing. And then this was another leap that I've taken. I said, I'm not going to go back to getting a job. I've realized now that there's this thing that I can do, that I can streamline businesses, that I can bring freedom for business owners. I'm going to do it for small business owners now. I don't care about working with big tech companies and to help them just make a lot more money. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but I felt like it's not my calling. And I just felt like I would like to work with other business owners that are really in pain in their context. And what I did is that I started going to some events, and I was just open, and I was just talking to people. And I knew that I have a family at home, and we had high bills to pay. But I decided to have faith somehow and not get a job. I said to myself, I'm going to give myself some time. See, when you take the decision to, in spite of the fear, to choose the other path and give yourself even a little bit of time, a few months only, you look at your credit card and say, I'm willing to go this much in debt, but do something that proves that that it's really the passion that you're going towards. And that's what I did. And I gave myself a few months, and then I started going to some events, and I met this couple over there. They were alone in a corner. They were a little bit upset, and I started talking to them, and it looks like they had their own software business. They were very frustrated with how everything were going. I realized right away that there's so many things that I can help them with. And right then we started talking about, and the next day I started working with them as a consultant. And We did so many great things then. We turned the business around, and I think that they 10x their revenue in a couple of years and to about 20 million. It also acquired another company. It was amazing. But the team and these founders were amazing too. So see, not only that I got a new opportunity, but I got an opportunity with even more confirmation of with what kind of people I want to work with. Now I realize that I want to work with founders that are more family oriented, with founders that really care about their employees and they really care about their customers. So every time when you take a decision to follow your passion and you do it honestly and with love, not out of fear, the universe is really going to take care of you. And give yourself that buffer and say, I'm willing to do this much, to give myself this many months. And in that time, no matter how little time you're giving yourself, go all in without fear. Because it's not about the time that you're giving yourself. It's about the energy and the love versus the fear that you put out in that moment. If you give yourself 1 week and in that week you go with all the love and completely dissipate the fear in what you're doing, you're going to see results in 1 week. After that, I built this entire new business about streamlining companies and streamlining agencies. And I'm not saying that I always had the ideal clients that I really wanted. And at that point, I must say, I didn't see it like I see it now. I didn't realize it at a time that was my journey to define my purpose. And how do I know that? Is because I took sometimes clients that maybe I didn't want to take. Sometimes I did take clients and I did take projects out of fear. But you know what happens? Your higher self, God, the universe, comes to you exactly in the place that you are, with the belief that you are, and gives you in that moment something that matches that belief. And when you see things keep on matching, then you start realize, well, if this matched my belief here and this matched my belief there, what if I'm going to change the way that I believe? What if I choose exactly what I want to do? And this was just the beginning of me going into my passion. This is my advice for you. Trust that when you do a little bit of going into your passion, but you go all in with love and put the fear inside, you will see answers. Just go all in.